Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the Silent Assassin Suit Only series. And this week we are off to New York, where we will be taking on Athena Savalas and at the same time retrieving the data we require. So for this challenge we'll be starting at the default location. We're going to be bringing with us our ever trusty lockpick, an electronic keycard hacker, and we're going to have a Seeker 1 stored up on the executive floor, and our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, as the closest objective to us is the vault, that's where we're going to head to first. So we're just going to head straight across to our left. In here we will grab a screwdriver. Once we've lockpicked our way through the door, we're going to take out the surveillance system and then key hack the door to the vault. We're going to make our way down the stairs here, and just like we would with many of the New York contracts, we are going to render everyone in the security office unconscious. So we're going to lockpick the cabinet on the wall, retrieve the chloroform, add the chloroform to the ventilation system. Now hopefully, because we started upstairs, all 4 guards should already be in this room, which they are. So we will quickly just turn on the ventilation, render them all unconscious. We're going to turn the ventilation back off, take out the surveillance system, and the guard furthest from us will have a key card. We're going to grab that. The guard to our left will have a key, and we're going to grab that as well. The key will open the safe at the back of the room, which will get us another key card, which we can then take to the opposite side of the room and unlock the vault lock. And then we just go over and press the big red button, launch the nukes, and wait for the vault door to open. And then once we get inside, we will be presented with a Mission Impossible style laser grid, which we will bypass very easily, once again with our vault card. So at the back of the room we will find the servers. We're just going to pull out the data core, and that's going to get us our objective. Now we can't walk around with this exposed like it is. It will be considered highly suspicious. So we're going to exit the vault area, lockpick our way through the gate on our right, and at the back of the corridor here we will find a briefcase. So we're just going to make our way behind the shelving, add our data core to the briefcase, retrieve the briefcase, and then make our way upstairs. So as you know, we are trespassing for pretty much all of this, so we will be crouch running quite a lot of the time, but it isn't difficult getting upstairs. So once we get up to the first floor, we're just going to wait here by the radio, and the janitor eventually will put down his mop and he will go and clean the floor, and he will have his back to us at this point, so we can then make our way past. At the end of the corridor we're going to close the doors behind us. Now we have Mr. Jackson to get past, and the easiest way to get past Mr. Jackson and his guard is to remove them from the equation. So we're going to go into the janitor's little office here. We're going to grab the crowbar, open the door and throw the crowbar into the room. That will get the attention of the guard, and when he comes in to investigate we can render him unconscious. We're going to tidy up as we go along, so we're going to grab his gun, hide him in the closet provided, then we're going to retrieve the crowbar, and we will reset our little trap here for Mr. Jackson. Now the reason we are tidying up as we go is that the janitor we passed earlier eventually does come into this room. I don't know what triggers it or when it happens, but I do know that at some point he does come into this room. So we want this room to be nice, neat and tidy for when he does. So once Mr. Jackson is out of our way, we're going to retrieve our briefcase. And before we head upstairs, we're just going to use instinct to locate... there we are. That is one of the bank directors, Mateus. I can't remember his name exactly. Mateus, something like that. But we're just going to wait for him to make his way past. And then we're going to go up the stairs and encounter the trickiest part here so far. So we need to get into and through that security room. And once the guard has moved away from his glass of water or bottle of water, we can pass straight through the room as quickly as we can. And on the far side, we can then use our key card and gain access to the top floor. So once up here, we're again just going to quickly go through the door, immediately turn left. And we can then get behind the receptionist, and up here is where our Seeker 1 is located. So again, utilizing our key card, we're going to make our way into the restroom here. We're going to retrieve our Seeker 1 and we're going to make our way into Athena's office. Now this is relatively easy. It does look more complicated than it is, as there are a number of guards in the room. But what we're going to do is wait for the guard just in front of us here to move back to his other position, and then we are going to duck behind the white sofa off to our left. We're going to grab one of those tokens as well, just in case we need it. And then we're going to wait here for Athena to go through her routine, and then she's going to sit down at her desk. And at that point, we are going to select our Seeker 1, and we're going to make the guard nearest to us sit, and that will get rid of him. Athena will now finish up her phone call, and she will then go into her inner private sanctum, which is at the back of the room. And luckily the guard does interrupt her phone call, and hopefully she does not go back to it. Yep, she does not. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to wait for her bodyguard to turn and follow her, and the other guard in the room should move towards us and stand in front of the pillar in front of us, and at that point he will have his back to us. We can then approach the glass clock. We're going to tamper with it using the screwdriver we collected earlier, and then we're going to follow Athena into her private sanctum area, and then we're going to wait right here in this crate, and eventually she will leave the area. Her bodyguard will hang back briefly, and we are going to use that as an opportunity to render him unconscious. We're just going to wait for those doors to close first of all. So we're going to hide him in the crate we were hiding in. There we go. We're going to enter into Athena's inner sanctum. Now the guard does drop a key, but we do have the lockpick, so we'll use that. We won't bother with the key. And in the sanctum, just on the table here, we will find the CEO exit card, and that's our exit taken care of. So all we have to do now is await the return of Athena Savalis, and when she comes back, she will approach the clock and she will find out that the glass is rather loose.
Regular customers. Ridiculous. What?
That's the last objective completed. Exfiltrate the bank, 47. Miss Hall will want to have a close look at that data.
So with Athena now dealt with, all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and the guard who moves between the two pillars has now stopped moving between the two pillars and is in our way. So we're going to take the bodyguard's gun from Athena and we're going to place it by the doors there. Then we're going to open the doors and throw our screwdriver just beyond the barrier of the doors. Again, it took me too long to get in position, so we'll just try that once again. So we're just going to throw the screwdriver over there. That should get our friend's attention, which it does. And we're going to wait a few seconds for him to radio in, and then we're going to reopen the doors and duck into Athena's sanctum. And the guard will spot the gun, and he will move to take that gun away. And when he does, he will no longer be in our way. So, yep, it's a loose gun. You need to take it to the nearest footlocker or weapons locker, which just so happens to be downstairs. So once he is safely clear, and he's just exiting the office now, we can then open the doors and we can make a break for the exit. So we're just going to use cover in case we almost get spotted. And we're going to give the guard plenty of time to get ahead of us and down the stairs. There he is. And we can follow him down and out through the CEO exit. So there we go. One more map taken care of. And next up, we are off to Haven Island, which is going to be quite a lot of fun. So we have confirmation of our Silent Assassin rating. We didn't change our disguise, so we get our Silent Assassin suit only. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.